While the most anticipated item for Digimon Electronics fans right now is certainly the Vital Bracelet B, we do still have another Vital Bracelet related release this fall, which is the Vital Bracelet Arena app. This was announced earlier this year for the original Vital Bracelet devices, and while we don't have the exact release date yet, we did just receive a lot of information on what we can expect. Now, standard disclaimer that everything that I'm going to show you here today is still subject to change, as Bandai has pointed out on their articles about this app, but what we're going to be looking at is likely what we are going to get. This is very close to release, so they're probably very close to the finished design. There just might be a few minor tweaks here and there. So here we can see the homepage of the app, which has two Digimon right there, Gamamon and Beetle Gamamon, and there are two instead of one because this is an app that will be primarily focused on 2v2 real-time battles. So you see that big arena button right there to get right into the battling, so you won't ever get lost trying to find your way to fighting other players. Now, the Digimon themselves have ranks associated with them, and that appears to be related to their current stats. If you're not familiar with the Vital Bracelet B, you can raise individual stats like HP, AP, and BP by doing various trainings. So make sure to go back and watch my other videos about the B if you aren't familiar with that process. But either way, we can see that it shows how much their stats have been raised here, and it looks like depending on how much those stats have been raised, you'll be assigned that rank. So Beetle Gamamon's stats are sufficiently raised to give it an S rank, while Gamamon has a bit of ways to go before it can reach that, but it's already at A, which is nothing to shake a stick at. So below that, again, there's the arena button, and below that we have the transfer button, and you're going to see a lot of these options are kind of repeated from the Vital Bracelet Lab app, which we'll get into that in a minute, but transferring, so when you transfer, it will matter what device you're transferring from and what type of card you're transferring from. When I say that, so device types, and we have this handy little chart here to help us out. We have the original Vital Bracelet Digimon series with the Digital Monster, Digivice V, and then Vital Hero, which isn't mentioned here because this is a Japanese chart and it is not a Japanese device, but Vital Hero would fall into the same spot as the Digivice V. And we also see the Vital Bracelet characters there with its VBM card. And depending on which device you use, whether it's one of those old ones or a Vital Bracelet B, and depending on what type of card you use, whether it's a DIM, VBM, or one of the new B memory format cards, your Digimon get transferred in a specific way where they have their own kind of little section, I guess, of the app is the best way to put it. So they don't interact with each other, so you don't have the My Hero Academia crew hanging out with Digimon. They're all kind of in their own little spot, and that applies for battling as well. So you're only going to be battling against other players that have the same setup as you. So if you have a Digivice V and you have a DIM card in that, then you're going to be fighting against other opponents with either a Digivice V, Vital Hero, or Vital Bracelet Digimon that are also using DIM cards. Or if you're using the Vital Bracelet B and you're using a B memory card, then you're going to fight against opponents that are using that same setup there. Now the Vital Bracelet, you can actually use the DIM or the B memory interchangeably in the Vital Bracelet B. They get put into the same spot, which is great. And it can do that because when you transfer from the Vital Bracelet B using a DIM card, one of the original DIMs, then you kind of get your stats adjusted, it looks like. We don't know exactly what that will look like yet, but in some way or another, those Digimon will still be able to interact with other Digimon from the B memory as long as you're transferring from the Vital Bracelet B. Again, if you're using the older ones, they're sequestered away from each other, but if you're using the Vital Bracelet B, then all the Digimon can live together in harmony, but again, they can't go fight the My Hero Academia kids. They are going to be separate from that, and whether or not individual franchises of other B memories can fight against each other is still unclear. You'll see it says Character Series A in the chart, and so in the older devices, particularly the Vital Bracelet characters, we see Character Series A and Character Series B. That would likely apply to Ultraman and Kamen Rider, and it's implying here that Kamen Rider and Ultraman can't fight each other, so it's possible that you can't fight My Hero Academia against Demon Slayer or Demon Slayer against Tokyo Revengers. I don't know the name of that show, sorry. But I'm not sure about that. Not 100% certain, but at the very least, Digimon are separate. So keep that in mind, is that you will not be fighting Digimon against any other franchise, no matter how you transfer them in. So you may also be wondering, what about Digimon I already have? And so here's the thing, is that this app is not directly connected to the Vital Bracelet Lab app. So if you want to transfer a Digimon into this app, you will need to first send it to your device from the Vital Bracelet Lab app, and then from your device, you then import it into the Vital Bracelet Arena app, which is a bit cumbersome. If you were hoping to transfer over 40 different Digimon, I'm sorry, but you'll have to do that one at a time. There is no way to transfer them app to app. There is apparently no data transfer at all of any kind going from app to app. So it's all, any Digimon you have to be transferred via a bracelet. Good news is, though, is that whatever Digimon you do transfer in, You do not have to worry about getting capsules to store them because the storage in this case is unlimited. Now, I never personally used enough to even approach the maximum number of capsules I had. I'm not the type of person who likes to store my Digimon forever. You know, if one dies and or if one's at end of life, it dies and I replace it with a new one and we move on. But some people do like collecting a lot of Digimon, and if you are that type of person, then you'll be happy to know that, again, you can store as many as you want. And that's that second option we see on the home screen there, the little two smiling faces. That would be your... It says organization. I assume that's storage at least, because I can't imagine what else it would be. But yeah, that's good news. Obviously, having no limit to storage is fantastic. So we then have the album, which is going to have your evolution trees like it had in the original app. And those will still fill out for any Digimon you already have. So if you transfer in, like I have Regalicusmon, for example, on my Vital Bracelet Lab app, and if I move Regalicusmon into this new app, then its whole evolution history will be there. So Marine Chimeramon will come with it, Tobiumon will come with it. Everything that it evolved from will appear in my evolution chart right there. So it won't fill out, I don't believe, just for having done it previously on Vital Bracelet Lab. Like I said, this is separate. There's not really a connection between the apps. So you will still have to transfer over your Digimon to get credit for those. And then we have records. I'm not 100% certain as to what that is specifically, but it's records. It might just be like, oh, here's your battle history. Here's how you performed. I don't know. It's records. It can't be that exciting. Below that, we see the different tabs of the app. So currently we're on the B tab, which is, what we're looking at right here. It's got a little Pulsemon icon on it. It looks like right there. Is it? Yeah, I guess. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the icon's for, or if it means anything at all. We then have a little gift box, which that's going to be your login bonuses and your rewards for completing whatever types of things they have you complete on this. We don't know. We don't know fully what this app all entails yet. That's one of the things we don't know. We don't know what kind of things you'll get rewards for, but yeah, your daily login bonus, at least, you'll probably expect to see that there. We have what appears to be like a little medicine bottle is how I would phrase that. So I would imagine that's items. What kind of items we can expect to see? Again, don't know, but that's what that looks like to me. And we have a little gear. That's your setting. Nothing exciting to talk about right there. So moving on to the arena section here, the main draw of the app, we will talk about how these battles actually function. So again, it's 2v2. You get a team of two different Digimon together, whatever Digimon you want, doesn't matter who they are, just whatever ones you like, and you're going to fight them against some other player in real time. Previously, we only fought against Ghost Data in the Vital Bracelet Lab app, so now you can fight it against players in real time, which is honestly great. It's something a lot of people have wanted ever since the release of the Vital Bracelet, and feels a lot better, I'm sure, than just fighting the, little images of Digimon that other people raise. Because now you're actually going to be invested in it. You're going to be directly responsible for the outcome of the battles, and not just having your Digimon's data out there getting the crap kicked out of it by people just trying to get more vital values. So Digimon themselves will have the specific stats that you've given them through raising. We already saw that on the main screen. So you want to make sure you're training them up before you come into here and have them ready for battle. You start things off by selecting your Vanguard, which will be the Digimon that appears first in the battle. And during battle, so there's going to be turns where you're attacking and turns where you are defending. And when you are attacking, you have this sequence of numbers that you'll press in order to get the strongest possible attack. So it's labeled 1 through whatever. Then you just tap those little bubbles right there. And yeah, as long as you tap them correctly, then you should have a nice strong attack to send over to your opponent. There's also the W attack, which I guess is like double attack. Apparently W is shorthand for double in Japan, and some people told me. I don't know. That's just what I've been told. So that meter fills up during the battle, it looks like, and then once it reaches a certain point, you'll be able to send out a stronger shot that's a team attack by the Digimon itself and the other Digimon you have in backup. Well, I guess it's not really in backup. You've chosen both of them. You know what I mean. The two Digimon that are on your team, they'll attack together, is the simplest way I can put that. And then you also have an option to change which Digimon is currently the one attacking. I don't know whether that would take your turn or not. I guess it probably wouldn't, but I'm not sure if that would really impact the strategy if it doesn't, because otherwise you'd just be constantly switching to the Digimon that would be the one best to attack that. I don't know. I feel like there should be some strategy in that, but it could just be a free switch. Who knows? But so yeah, that's attacking. Then you got defending, which defending is more like the current attacking that we have in the current app, where you'll just be stopping a meter at a specific point on its gauge. And depending on where you stop it, that'll judge how effective your guard is. So if you stop right in the middle, it should reduce damage quite a bit. I don't know if you'll get anything if you stop it outside of the middle, unclear. And you can also change which Digimon is defending if you so choose. And these actions, you'll notice a little timer on the screen. So these actions do have a limited amount of time are given to perform them, which is great. No one wants to sit there and wait for 3 minutes while someone is trying to figure out, oh, what do I want to hit attack or do I want to switch? Like, yeah, I'm glad they're doing that. Not sure how long the timers last. Hopefully it's nice and quick to keep battles nice and brisk, but unclear on that right now. Now, as for who you battle, that's up to you. So as you would expect, you can do random matches. You can just hit a button and battle anyone in the entire world. And I will say that, emphasize that they did specifically say all over the world. So this isn't something that should be region locked. Current app isn't region locked, of course, so we shouldn't expect this one to be region locked, but they did say worldwide, which is great. So we're not worrying about region locking here. And yeah, so once you go in a random match, you just start fighting another random person that you come across. And then next question is obviously, well, what if I want to fight someone I know? And there is an option for that in the form of room match, which allows you to fight someone you know by entering the same code as them for the room. So other systems have used that. Like I know Super Smash Brothers uses something similar to that, where you can make a room and give everyone the code and everyone joins it. And yeah, so that's the way to do it. There's probably not going to be like friend lists or anything like that, I wouldn't imagine. I would have expected to see something indicating friend lists on here if that was the case, but I didn't see anything that looked like it would be that. So room matching is probably the only way to directly fight someone else you know, which is fine. If you know them, then just get the code and there you go. You can probably even just pick a constant code and always enter that at the same time, or enter that whenever you want to fight them and keep reusing it. I don't know that for sure, but that's what it would seem like to me. So that is battling itself, but something else to talk about in relation to battling is abilities. So Digimon can be given abilities now, and those abilities will change your effectiveness in battle. And there are going to be over 100 different abilities that you can get that are assigned randomly whenever a Digimon is first transferred to the app. So once it's transferred, it gets that and it sticks with it. You may be asking, well, is it preserved through evolution? And I have no idea. It might not. Impossible to say right now. But one thing I can say is that those abilities that you're given are dependent on which B memory you're using. So the B memory itself apparently has a limited pool out of these abilities, so it's not like you're going to be able to be randomly assigned one of the 100 different abilities, but you're going to be assigned one of the abilities specific to that B memory. How many abilities are on each B memory? No idea. There's at least over 100 total, but for B memories, we don't know exactly how many there will be. And different B memories will have different abilities on them. So the Gammamon B memory will be different from the 25th anniversary B memory. Some of the abilities that we've seen already will boost stats like BP and AP. Apparently there's some that will be dependent on the type of team that you have set up as well, and the abilities themselves have rarities. So when you get assigned an ability, you might be given one that's very common, or you may be given one that's very rare, and you're hopefully going to get the rare ones, because I don't know if you can re-roll that, if that's an option, because it sure seems like once a Digimon is uploaded, that's just it. That's the ability it gets forever. So hopefully you get that nice rare ability you're hoping for when you upload. So with all that being said, you may be wondering, well, what about the Vital Bracelet Lab app? Is that going to be something I'll still use? And if you have the Vital Bracelet Digital Monster, the Digivice V, or the Vital Hero Digimon, those will all still be able to use the original app as well as this new app, and which one you use depends on what you're logging in to do. So if you wanted to do these 2v2 battles, obviously you're going to use this new app, or if you wanted to, let's say, do a ghost battle, you'd probably use the old app, because I don't know for sure if ghost battles will be on this new app or not. I wouldn't think so, personally. But that's just pure speculation on my part. If there are ghost battles, great, you can still do them here. If not, then you'll want to do those on the old app. I don't believe special missions are going to be around, though. I believe that's been done away with in favor of the new training system. So if you did want to do special missions, then yeah, you'd have to go to the old app to do that. I may be remembering that incorrectly. I don't feel like I'm remembering that incorrectly. I'm pretty sure special missions are gone, but yeah, either way, there's a few things that are going to be on the old app that aren't on this one. I know Tamer Rank is one thing that's different, because Tamer Rank isn't something that really is continuing on the Vital Bracelet B, even though there is a little ranking icon in the top left corner. I don't know what that's about, if that's a replacement for Tamer Rank, or if, I don't know. They said Tamer Rank's not going to be around, so maybe it's just not around for Dimcar. I don't know. I'm not going to worry too much about that right now, but either way, the point is that you'll still be able to use both apps, and you can just transfer your Digimon to whichever one you want from your bracelet, and if you want to go to the other one, transfer it back to the bracelet and send it to the other app, and that's all there is to it. Hopefully the Vital Bracelet Lab remains up for a while. I'm not happy in the state of the world we live in, where apps can just kind of be done forever for this sort of thing, particularly when they give crucial gameplay to something else. So I'm fine with like online features. It's like, I get it, you can't keep up online servers forever to constantly have the battles and stuff, but to have the storage and all that kind of thing, you'd want to make sure those are kept up for that. So I don't know for sure how long the Vital Bracelet Lab app will remain. Obviously, Bandai is no stranger to closing down apps. Hello out there, all you Digimon Re-Arise fans, and Digimon Links fans, and every other single Digimon mobile game fans. That's sad. So I don't know. I would imagine most people will probably skew towards using this overall. You're probably going to find the original app isn't super necessary for most needs. Again, there might be certain things that you'll want to go back for, but I would imagine most people will want to use this. When they first released the information on this, it didn't sound like a replacement, but it's certainly looking more like a replacement now, I will say. And I'm also unclear if the Vital Bracelet B will even use the original app at all, or rather, should I say, be able to use the original app at all. And there's a good chance it won't be able to. You probably will need to download this app if you want to store any Digimon from the Vital Bracelet B. Again, that's not confirmed. That's me speculating based on what I'm seeing here, but that's what I would imagine. So that's pretty much everything to do with the app that we've learned so far. Like I said, a lot of information, still a few unknowns, but it should be coming out here fairly quick. Fall is between September and November, so it's sometime between here and then. Well, I guess it's technically all the way till December too, until December 21st, but that's practically winter by that point. Anyway, they did have one other piece of information, except by piece of information, I just mean a promotional video. I'm not going to talk about it. I will tell you that it was about adventure mode and training, but it wasn't anything that we don't already know. So if you want to go look at Bandai's recent tweets, there's a nice little video on training and adventure mode. But again, already covered in previous videos, so not talking about it here. As for other information, though, we should be getting some more news on August 30th. And that news should be related to the silhouette of a original Digital Monster virtual pet that we saw. They talked about giving out, or not giving out, but producing a new device based on the original Digital Monster, and we still don't know what that is. I've speculated about it in a previous video, so I'm not going to get into that here. But we should get more information on what exactly that will be, hopefully on August 30th, and we might see other information about the Vital Bracelet B as well. Specifically, we still don't know the pricing and availability for the Vital Bracelet B and the Digivice Dual V, which are both Digivice Bs, and the Anniversary Edition that we've already covered is also a Vital Bracelet B. They're all Bs. They're just different models, and we don't know the pricing on the other two. 25th anniversary, you already know. I got a whole video on that if you haven't seen it yet. And pre-orders are still, well, I don't know when I'm releasing this video. I might be releasing this video like the day pre-orders go down, so maybe I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry if you're watching this and pre-orders are closed for the 25th anniversary edition, but I did give you a video on that already. So either way, that's pretty much all there is to say about it for right now, though. So stay tuned in a couple days to find out more about, we'll see, hopefully the new virtual pet, and, well, I hope it's a new virtual pet at least. We don't know anything about what it is. I hope it's a virtual pet. And the new Vital Bracelet B and Dual V, hopefully some details there. So until next time, bye.